You're not hired to win games via your philosophy. You're hired to win games. Lingard is the key miss.
Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H.
Here we are, man. This is a crucial game. Hence why I had to bring out the meal for this crucial game, because this is a game and a competition that could pretty much seal the fates, or rather save the jobs of both of these managers. We have two very compelling stories here. We have the pressure that Sarri is going under. Holmberg can't even call Abramovich. He's not taking his calls. People are calling for his sack. People don't think that his system can be able to be fully implemented. I don't want to be given the time by a boy Roman Abramovich. Man United, amazingly consistent, amazing run of games, got exposed against PSG. Rashford got memed out. Labille was, for some reason, isolated for a lot of the criticism. And you say to yourselves that if Sarri wins the FA Cup, even if they don't win the Europa League or they don't even come top four at Chelsea, that could save his job. If Solskjaer wins the FA Cup, they don't make the top four in the Premier League, he'll say, what's up? He'll say, what's up? They'd have to, at the very least, consider him for the full-time job. So it's, there's a lot riding here. A lot is riding on this game. And the biggest factor in this are the injuries from Man United. I mean, that is the key. That is the biggest talking point in this whole thing, because I'll tell you this right now. If Man United had their full strength team, specifically Martial and Lingard, my bet would be on Man United. Based on their form, based on how they attack, it would be a horrible matchup for Chelsea, and it would 100% expose Jorginho and David Luiz, who are defensive liabilities. So, the fact that Martial and Lingard are not there, it puts things in Chelsea's advantage, but at the same time, Solskjaer's mindset and his philosophy, I still think is going to give Chelsea issues. Because yes, Chelsea can keep the ball and everything. They can't keep the ball as well as PSG. They're not as good as PSG. And PSG don't have a Jorginho, a guy who literally can't run. So, it's because Chelsea going into this game, and I even watched. I looked at the game against Malmo. This team isn't fully confident. You can tell that there are issues happening here in this team. You can tell that not everything there is rosy, and Sarri can feel the pressure. He can feel the pressure. He knows that if I don't get top four, I need a trophy. So let's just go right down deeper into this game specifically. So starting off with Chelsea. So again, because either Sarri is a moron or a fool, or Chelsea are just a very disgusting club, you're refusing to play Callum Hudson-Odoi. So you were willing to play him to pretty much lie to him that you really needed him because you didn't want Bayern to get him. So once the general window went, he's now consigned to the bench. But just for life, I just think that Chelsea, they start with Hudson-Odoi. Higuain and Hazard, Pedro and Willie, and I don't know how many times I have to say this, these dudes are not relevant anymore in footballing terms. They're not relevant anymore in footballing terms. I do not know why they still get given chances. As far as the midfield goes, up against Man United, specifically Herrera and Matic. Now, if this was me, Kante as the DM, Kovacic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. That is what I would roll with, because I feel Man United, you still have Rashford, you still have Lukaku and everything, you still have the ball moving quickly. Of course, the key elements of that is Lingard, and Lingard was the key element of running from midfield. But they still have Rashford there. And Rashford may be a guy taking the ball off from deep and really utilising that little space between midfield and attack. So I think Kante would be very important in protecting the defence. So this is what I would do. Jorginho wouldn't play this game. So, or if I play Jorginho, he would just be part of the midfield alongside a Ruben Loftus-Cheek or a Kovacic. No, but if I was to play Jorginho, it would be Jorginho and Ruben Loftus-Cheek as the midfielders. Jorginho, you're just the midfielder who just keeps hold of the ball. Kante is the DM, the holding midfielder, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, you're the attacking midfielder who joins the three in the attack. And for the four, you've got to roll with Emerson, Luiz. I'd like to grow with Christensen and Rudiger, but you know what? Fair enough. Luiz, Christensen, even if I'd like Rudiger and Christensen, and Azpilicueta. And then, of course, the keeper speaks for itself. So I think that is how they should roll with. And I just think that, by that, if you have that setup, the key thing for Chelsea is to stop United's runners, give the ball to Hazard, and make those key runs. I think what's going to be very important is Emerson making those runs and those overlaps and giving Hazard that other option. I just think that's the key thing. Hazard is the way in which Chelsea win games. He is the real engineer. So I think it's not only about just giving him the ball, it's giving him options, playing the ones off of him, playing the pass and move, and really engineering and breaking the lines. That is how these things happen. So for Man United, so without any Martian and Lingard, you've got to have, obviously, Rashford as the main focal point striker. Probably have Lukaku out wide. So Lukaku out wide. Probably Mats, because again, Sanchez is useless. Sanchez is just sniff the pitch. Sanchez is useless. So Rashford as the main striker. I'd say roll with a Lukaku out wide, similar to the whole Belgium-Brazil thing. Have Mata at the other end. Then a midfield of Pogba, Matic, Herrera. Matic and Herrera being your two holding midfielders. And then, of course, the defense pretty much speaks for itself. Shaw, Ashley Young, Lindelof and Bay, and of course De Gea. So I think for Man United, a key thing for them is going to be Pogba. But not just Pogba, the player. I think, again, because Sarri is extremely rigid and stubborn and the guy doesn't have a plan B in his head, I say that they'll play Jorginho as the DM, go at him. And I will insist from the very get-go, whenever you have the ball, break quickly. Look up and play the ball quickly. Don't dilly-dally with the ball. Maximum of 2 seconds on the ball. Hit that ball and hit that ball out wide to Lukaku. Because I think that based on how Chelsea will play, they'll have possession of the ball and they'll want to keep hold of the ball a lot. Win the ball. Put pressure on Jorginho because do the character move and just keep isolating him. Isolate him and go in and attack him and run past him because the guy comes, because Pogba up against Jorginho, Pogba will eat him for flipping lunch. Hit the ball out wider to Lukaku. Pogba is joining in with the attack. And then you obviously have Rashford as a focal point striker. And Mata is a guy who doesn't have to be restricted out wide. He's given fluidity. And everybody, Rashford, Mata, and so forth, they're given the fluidity to go out wide, go out in the middle. So I think if Man United play a fast game, play a quick running game where where they are forcing Chelsea to run and really forcing them to move them all around, Chelsea could suffer a lot, man. So there are many elements in here. There are many elements in here. But I believe that it's a very important game. Because this is the only trophy either side can win. Top 4 is still a great achievement. It's still a big achievement. But if you can win an FA Cup, my gosh, an FA Cup in the top 4 would be huge. Because these are, especially with how Arsenal have gone on the slide, these are two teams who are both going for top 4. And it seems with the way in which they're going, their battle for top 4 could go to the last day of the season. So it's a very fascinating thing. But look, man, for Chelsea, man, I just like for Sarri, all you need is just some fluidity and being a bit open, just to tweak it, not change. Nobody's asking you to change your philosophy. Just be open. Just be open. You cannot survive in this league being rigid. Pep, regarded as one of the best managers in the world, he changes a lot. He changes his stuff a lot. Klopp, look at how much he has changed from last season to this season. For Sarri, this is like if you're from the flipping Stone Age. This isn't the 1980s or 1995. If you had an all-star team, fair enough, be rigid. If you're coaching a Real Madrid or a PSG, fair enough, be rigid. This is a team that needs work. This is a team that needs work, and this is your first season. And in your first season, you have to be open to change because the mandate is winning games. It's not, no, I will only win games by playing my way, and my way won't change. No. It's like, do you know how stupid that is? Where, nope, this is my way, this is my philosophy, I won't change. No. You're not hired to win games via your philosophy. You're hired to win games. So if your philosophy isn't working, you damn well change your philosophy and eke out those flipping 3 points and eke out a flipping win. That's your flipping job. That is what it says on your job description. If you can't do that, get the hell out of here. But with Solskjaer, man, honeymoon is over. The honeymoon period is over, and I think this is PSG was one test. This is another test. It's a high octane game. It's away from home. It's against an opponent who are desperate for this win. And you are missing two extremely important players. Because, Martial is the better player than Lingard. Lingard is the key miss. Because Lingard has been critical to how Solskjaer wants his team to attack. Because the role in which he plays is extremely vital. It's very underrated in the job that this guy does. Because I watch it very closely. How he breaks from midfield and he's the connective tissue, which is very important. So again, for Solskjaer, this is what's called management is about. You have to now manage this situation of like, okay, what do I do now without your homeboy Jesse Lingard? Score. I have a score in mind, but I'm trying to think, is there any way that score won't happen? But I do have a score in mind. Can Chelsea win? Yeah. I'm not sure whether they can win playing Sarri's very rigid system that I know that he's going to play. Can Man United win? Pogba is a big game player. Rashford, boom. Again, Rashford, you're not playing PSG, you're playing Chelsea. Chelsea are a much worse team than PSG, so we'll definitely be seeing more of a Rashford. But can they win without Lingard and Martial? Specifically without Lingard, and can the system still be effective? Which is why I'm rolling with a 1-0. I think they cancel themselves out. And I just don't think that anything goes through. So it's 1-0, and the replay goes back to Old Trafford. I believe there's still replays in the FA Cup. So the replay will go back to Old Trafford, which isn't really ideal. for other teams with the fixture congestion coming through. But for Man United, hey man, that's cool. If we bring it back to Old Trafford so we can boogie on down and say it's fine. 1-1 meets me back here for the post-match analysis. Peace. Thanks for watching the video. Now think about becoming a Football Hut patron by pledging an amount each month and then gain access to exclusive content only on the Football Hut patron page. Peace. Head over to the official site at hartfordfootballhut.com or just click over here.